Hello everybody and welcome to another Kev Play. This time we are on part 26 of The Last of Us Remastered, but we're doing Left Behind. This will be the beginning of Left Behind edition. And yeah, last time we completed the main story. Uh there are some things I didn't after rewatching the last episode I forgot to just stuff I noticed that one is when I was in the Jackson area, the final area, and I was saying I thought there was like another collectible. I'm pretty sure that I completely missed it because there was the car, and I don't think I ever went to the driver's side of the car. And I think that's where like a comic book would have been or something like that. Um, so I apologize for not being able to at least do something game wise in that section, other than just like go on a very extensive rant. But just letting you know that I'm aware that I might have that's probably where I missed it. And yeah, before we begin Left Behind, oh yeah, also another thing I noticed in the credits, I never knew that Bill is voiced by W. Earl Brown, who plays Dan Doherty in Deadwood. If you ever see HBO's Deadwood, that and if you like Red Dead Redemption or Red Dead or any like anything like that, it's very red. It's a very like old like 1867. I think it's about. It's when South Dakota was like before it like achieved statehood, and Deadwood was this like lawless, like one of the last lawless towns in the United States. And basically like the town basically runs on corruption, and but like they're trying to kind of create somewhat of a society and somewhat of a community, and trying to and trying to see, trying to like uh run their town without government uh meddling in, but like it becomes a very interesting show as you watch, because obviously we know at some point it will become a statehood. But it's, if you ever want to check out Deadwood, though, give it a shot. The voice actor who plays Bill plays like one of the best characters in it too, and he's only like a side character, but he's a great side character. That's how great the show is. Like every character in that show is amazing. Definitely check out Deadwood. Like I think last year they actually had the Deadwood movie too, which was amazing. It was good to see creator David Milch like finally tie it up, because it was the show ran for 3 seasons, 13 episodes each, but it never got the fine. Like HBO actually canceled the show, or kind of forced the show to end on bad terms. And but even though the ending though is very good, it's like even though it never got the actual finale that was intended, like the final episode that it actually ends on is actually like one of the best finales I've ever seen. But besides that, I just thought that was cool that Bill was played by W. Earl Brown. And yeah, so now we're gonna do Left Behind. I also want to note there's another argument that, or another thing I never really considered with The Last of Us, is that with the ending, or how we were talking about like what Joel did, when there's that moment where he's in the operating room and he kills those 3 surgeons, it's not just that he's killing 3 unarmed, for the most part unarmed individuals, so that Joel can like get away with Ellie, and in a selfish kind of rescue. But he probably just killed like there are 3 like the 3 people that probably could have found a vaccine. So like even if you argue that, oh, there's probably there probably is more like Ellie out there who are immune, it really doesn't even matter at this point, because the Fireflies were actually built up to like, they were set up to actually find a vaccine. Like they had armed guards to protect them from other factions. They had time, like, so that they can give their like doctors time to really research and study and experiment. And those three people, those three surgeons we killed, were probably like, I'm sure in this world at this point, doctors are very few and far between. Like to actually obtain three surgeons, like they're probably like one of the most, the three of the most valuable people in that whole community, that whole group of people. So the fact that Joel did that, not only just to save Ellie, but to completely prevent any possible, future of anybody else, that's a big move he made. That, very gray area, hell, black area in terms of, if you're talking about black and white, it really was a dark moment. But that said, Joel has his reasons, and there are arguments for what Joel did. So, and which I've discussed in the last episode and the episode prior. But anyway, I just wanted to give a little introduction before we start the game, because I don't know how much in between talk I can have with the Left Behind yet. So we're gonna start this. I haven't played this since like 2014, 2015, when this game was released. So I did beat this game. I mean, I did beat this, and I did beat it on like the hardest difficulty. I think I'm just gonna do it. We're gonna do a new game. Would you like to see tutorial pop-ups during your playthrough? It's been a long. No, I don't need any. I know my control schemes. So I think I'll just do this on normal. I really just want to play it. Like, again, this is just like, this isn't a playthrough to like kind of brag and prove how skilled I am at beating in the hardest difficulty. This isn't a game where I feel comfortable doing that in a let's play format, because I don't want to be hindered and die like a million times and then realize that this is going to take forever, and it's going to not be fun for people to watch. So, and plus the reason I'm doing this is because I'm getting ready for the sequel. So I just want to, I've done the hard part of my life, like in this game, and it's been grueling. Like I don't feel like I need to prove that right now. There will be games in the future in this channel that I will play on hard mode, because I'm confident that I feel like it would be a mistake not to. But this is not one of those games for me. I just want to enjoy the game, and obviously I'm not going to be playing on easy, but normal is how we will proceed. Guess I'll do a new one. You'll notice too that we have Ellie's knife in the windowsill in the opening, in the main title. Now that we've beaten the main story. But I haven't played this in a while. I do remember it vaguely, but I don't remember exactly everything. I know the broad strokes of it, but I have no idea how long this is going to be either, so...
What? Fireflies?
Get down!
Oh! Who the fuck are these guys? Stay the fuck back! Joel! Put your arm around me. Come on. I think we're safe. Joel? Joel? Shit. Joel, you're... Oh, get up. You gotta tell me what to do. Come on. You gotta get up. Joel?
know. It was kind of awesome. You're not gonna kill me, are you?
I haven't seen you, and I don't even know how long.
45 days. Well, 46, technically. Wanna know what I've been up to?
All this time, I thought you were dead.
Yeah. Here. Look.
No way.
Still no roommate? I had to sleep under Liz for 3 years, and you know how bad that girl smelled.
You're a firefly.
You still have it up. What are you doing?
I'm making sure I don't get caught with a firefly in my room.
Relax. There are no soldiers on the entire floor.
Here, congrats.
Hey. Are we cool?
Are we cool?
I disappeared and you're mad. And I owe you an explanation. Let's get out of here and I'll tell you all about it.
It's almost morning, and I have military drills. You know, where we learn how to kill fireflies.
Put some pants on and let's go.
I'm so dumb.
Come on. When have we ever gotten into trouble?
Shit. Come on, give me something. Fuck! Oh, here we go. Okay, I'll put you on your side. Jesus. I should buy us some time. Find something to stitch you up, okay? Callus, keep an eye on him. I'll be back in a flash. Promise. I totally got this. All right, now where the fuck do I go?
That was an interesting start. I was thinking, because, okay, so that's her friend Riley. We learned a little bit about her in... I mean, we did learn a lot about her towards the end of the main story. Uh, I, I feel like if you were gone for 45 days... I mean, I get it, but I feel like if you're living in this world where there's infected and they bite you, and I feel like it should be like an unwritten rule not to prank your friends with, but obviously they're kids, so they're gonna be immature about it. But because I don't think they really understand the severity of how bad this world is yet, or maybe they do, but like. But Riley has apparently been gone for 45 days, so if you miss one of your best friends that bad and you finally get a chance to come back, I guess you do want to kind of like make a splash when you come back, so good on her. I like how, see, so now this isn't exactly a prequel because it bounces back and forth between I mean, that was a prequel that opening cutscene, but it also bounces back to part of the game that we were in the main story, a very crucial part of the game, the all new Colorado experience coming spring 2014, Colorado Mountain Plaza. But so like, it, as a I wouldn't recommend playing this game. I mean, playing Left Behind first, it, because then it's going to spoil kind of like the journey, because this is like a very far part in the journey of Joel and Ellie, and I feel like every beat of that is worth kind of unveiling fresh as it goes in the main story. But I think there was like a warning that this Left Behind is definitely meant to be played after you've completed the main story. So it's not like what Better Call Saul is to Breaking Bad, where Better Call Saul you can watch after Breaking Bad and really appreciate it as a prequel. I mean, yeah, as a prequel you can appreciate it and you can get like the references and foreshadowing and stuff. But Better Call Saul also stands on its own, where you can actually watch it first without ever having seen Breaking Bad, and you will enjoy it on its own merit. So that's not what this is, and it doesn't pretend to be otherwise. So we're trying to find medicine for Joel, which eventually would lead us to David. Hopefully we don't run into him again. I don't think it would, because we obviously already played that part. I'm just doing my exploration thing, where I just check every crevice. Is there anything in her backpack, or is it the same stuff that I already saw? Like, is there something here that she loses? Like, right now she has Riley's pendant, so that's something to consider now that we've seen kind of more context to it. Yeah, the more of the joke books. Everything here we've already seen. I know. Enter the pharmacy. Okay, so there's actual pharmacy where we are. Alright, I'm just gonna get going. Let's see what's up here. I have no weapons. And my health sucks. It's cool that they gave us a DLC that gives us more of an opportunity to play as Ellie. Especially coming after the game. And supposedly we're going to be playing as Ellie a lot in the sequel, from what I've ascertained. I have no idea if Joel ever comes into play. I don't even know if I want to play as Joel, because I feel like at the end of this first game he kind of loses the... It's like he doesn't deserve to be I don't want to play as him anymore, you know? Like I feel like we learned who he is and what his story is, and he served his purpose. Obviously he needs to be... I want him to be a very important role in the game. Oh, that's clickers. I want him to serve an important role in the game, and definitely, you know, we'll see what happens with that, but I don't... Maybe we do play as him, and maybe it's kind of like a conflicting situation for the player to be playing as him again. We'll have to see. Charles Jones, New Spring Collection. I have no weapons, and I'm supposed to go into this clicker, clicker-infested mall. Maybe there's some arrows near this bow and arrow statue. I feel like we're gonna have to unarm somebody if we come across a human, but I don't see any of them, and I'm hearing more infected. Maybe infected will have ammo on them. It's very touching though that Ellie is taking care of Joel the way she is. It definitely goes to show how far they've come at this point in the story. It's American Princess. Do I want to go in there? What's over here first? I know. This is probably...
Weston's Pharmacy. That sounds promising.
I'll take this brick, our first weapon. I'm gonna go into the pharmacy after I go here. Oh, do I have to pick locks?
Locked.
Oh, I need the combination. I guess that's in the... I hope I didn't pass it. The gameplay part of this is pretty much blind, because I really don't remember much about this. I do remember story stuff, but in terms of what happens, like what I should be doing in the in the actual game, I have no idea. I will. Doesn't sound like anyone's in here. We heard the clickers, but I guess they moved on. What's that?
What the hell? Did you just swallow the pills and leave the bottle? God.
Yeah. That's actually a really funny observation. Like, why wouldn't you just take the bottle with you? Okay, so I guess we're just rummaging here.
Come on. Of course, everything's picked clean. Anything? Anything? Nothing.
Take that book with you, or whatever that is. It's interesting how they're kind of using different, like, I guess mechanics, like collecting mechanics, in order because we're kind of like moving things around. Like this wasn't in the original game. I kind of like it. Like here, just rummaging. I hope there's more of this in like the sequel, where it's not just opening drawers. You're kind of just like reaching around, like maybe like special spots where you can kind of like rummage a bit. It doesn't have to be just like a general, like a generic drawer or door or like cabinet to open. This will help. My only thing here is a brick to defend myself. Maybe the safe or the combination can be found right here.
The pharmacist. Maybe he's got something on him.
Pharmacist went crazy and attacked me. I hit him pretty hard. He's unconscious. I locked him in the American Princess store next door. Okay. Please get him help. Combination 35, 30, 31. There we go. Just make sure there's nothing else to read. Okay. Look at this guy. Weston's Care, free consultation. Alright, so we're getting some resources. They're like feeding us a little bit. Do I want to go through here?
first aid kit. How the fuck do I get inside?
Knowing these guys... Okay, so we need a key. Maybe it's in the... So what was I gonna say? I would assume the first aid kit is rummaged through, but maybe that's... Maybe we're in good hands. Maybe there's something that can work in our favor here, since it is behind a locked door.
35 right, 30 left, 31 right. That worked.
Oh, this feels...
Shit.
Spores. I was gonna say, I like...
If you're gonna jump out at me, go ahead and fucking do it.
I was gonna say, I like that they give you combinations in this game, and they don't make you physically pick the lock. I kind of like that. I feel like that's like a very... Like, games like to do that, like, it's like, oh, let's pick locks now. And sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's... Like, I like that in The Last of Us, if you found the combination... The character will just know the combination will unlock it, and like it's kind of like just like let's move on already. Like, you know, we don't need to play a little mini game with the lock. I kind of like how that works, but I do not like this area. This is very random, but I actually was bored and I wanted to watch a movie, so I went on Amazon and I decided to watch Toy Story 4 because I've seen the first three. I always liked those movies. They always had like a little, very well animated, very always like struck a nice, like an emotional nerve with you, like in terms of like, you know, growing up and nostalgia and you know, loneliness and stuff like that. And I liked it. I like it. It was a very it surprised me, like, because usually everything's always about getting back to Andy or Bonnie or whatever, and like, you know, making sure like everyone's all united and like all the toys are together and like and rescued. And I like how this was like it explored something new. But the only reason I thought of that just now is because this store reminds me of like an antique store that takes a lot of prominence in the movie.
God, yuck.
I hope this thing doesn't like come out and get me, but it probably will. Let's just do it.
Oh man. Don't come to life. Nothing. Where is it? Ah, key. Okay. Oh, fuck! God damn it.
There's the pharmacy key.
Pharmacy. Let's do it.
I like that because in any other horror movie or horror game or any horror thing on any medium, they always do that where it's like you're waiting for like the supposedly dead thing to like kind of jump at you. And I think this would have been like a very opportune time for that to happen, because it actually makes sense, because like, you know, they are like, you know, it affects the brain and it's kind of like a zombie or whatever. So what is going on here? Is this the pharmacist? Think about me while I'm off. I'll be missing you, but not too much. Laura. Is that his girlfriend or like a family member? I'm guessing it's not. It's like it's more a girlfriend. Yeah. Huh. You have the key though. Yeah, this little princess area is very creepy.
Ah, shit.
Oh, you kidding me? I do have a knife. I think that helps. Okay. I did forget that I am not Joel. I don't have to worry about my shivs anymore. My knife is pretty much always durable. Don't tell me that the clickers are in this store now, though. That would kind of be like overkill, wouldn't it? I think that was like the game, like the DLC's way of saying like, get ready for clickers. We're not going to throw them all at you just yet, but here's one just so you can prepare yourself for what's to come. Alright, I think we're good.
Yes. No.
No. I figured as much.
Oh. A military helicopter. That's gotta have something.
Oh, I guess we couldn't get over
Hang
that
in there,
fence.
Joel.
Okay. I was gonna say there's a huge window that's broken into that we could have just went into. Oh, we didn't open this. Oh, wait, where am I? Oh, I haven't been in here. Okay. I definitely want to craft something. Tell me I can craft something by the time I'm out of here. Doesn't look like it. Okay. I figured there wouldn't be anything in that, because somebody would have saw, if Ellie was able to see the first aid kit so easily, somebody else who already scoured the whole place would have saw it. And they wouldn't have taken the whole thing, they would have just like, you know, they obviously have their own bag to carry, so they wouldn't want to carry around a lunchbox-esque first aid kit. It'd be too annoying to carry wherever they're going. But I think we're going this way. Into the Pixie Tech room? Is that supposed to be like a Microsoft type? Oh, I think that's supposed to be like a Microsoft parody name. Because it's supposed to be like Pixies. Isn't like Pixie kind of like, it's like a pixel, it's like small. I don't know. I'm thinking like a micro thing, and it's tech, so obviously. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't see Naughty Dog being so immature as to take like a cheap shot at Microsoft. I want to crawl under there, but I just want to... Yeah, let's crawl under this part first. I kind of wish I could make a snowball and just like nail a clicker in the back of the head with one. Or go sledding on like some infected guy's corpse. Now I'm just joking. Making jokes here. Bad jokes. I feel like there's gotta be something cool to collect in one of these areas, but not so far. Makeup? Oh, is this like a salon? Yeah, nail salon. Rarity. So people just painted their nails back in the day? I can see Ellie saying that if Joel was wrong.
Yeesh.
I would love it if this guy actually came to life.
No sutures. Well, at least I can use this.
Okay. Well, Oh, there's more. Salon note. Chief Warrant Officer Larry Caulfield died bravely this afternoon. We were flying back to the QZ when our patient turned. It must have been spores because none of us saw the bite. So I guess you could breathe in. If you breathe in enough spores, you can actually get infected. That's interesting. I thought maybe you just gets really sick. Maybe not be an infection, but that's interesting. Yeah. It must have been, and that's why Ellie doesn't really need a face mask or anything when she's in this area. Joel will though. It must have been spores because none of us saw the bite. The patient broke through the restraints and fell upon our pilot. W.O. Sean Brendan, a warrant officer. Even with the helicopter spinning out of control, Officer Caulfield fought the infected patient, saving our lives. We crashed in a rural Colorado mall. Private Eugene Ellis, Officer Caulfield, and I were the only survivors. I know someone with the last name Caulfield, so it's kind of, other than Holden. In subduing the infected, Officer Caulfield was bitten on the neck. He immediately showed us the bite and accepted his fate. So, see, that's a good guy. It's very rare in a zombie apocalypse where the guy actually admits he got bitten. Everyone always feels ashamed. He immediately showed us the bite and accepted his fate. I executed the infection protocol before Officer Caulfield could turn into an infected. May he rest in peace. Captain Reagan Francis, 4th Infantry Division, Denver, QZ. So I guess that protocol is to put a bullet in his head or something. Which is, you gotta hand it to the guy that he admitted it. He cared more about throwing them off their guard when he actually would have turned. So there's a plane that crashed. Is that why there's a big? This place is so.
Here we go.
Whoa.
Hurry! Up here!
Oh, man. That was close, huh? You're kind of fast there. I'm impressed.
Thanks.
Well, come on. Up we go.
So, how did you find them?
The fireflies?
Yeah.
Remember that firefly you bit and stole his gun?
Yeah, I remember him.
That's Trevor. I saw him walking down the street, so I tailed his ass. I followed him into this alley, and all these fireflies ambushed me. They took me right to their hideout. To Marlene.
Were you scared?
Terrified. I thought this time she would actually shoot me. But instead, she just says, "What took you so long?" She was expecting me.
And she just made you a firefly?
Something like that. That whole almost killing me thing was a test. She wanted to know I was committed.
Oh.
So it's interesting. So we're part of, I guess, Fedra in a military training, and Ellie did mention this to Joel that she grew up in a military boot camp type school. For whatever they can train, being that young. But interesting so the military, we did get one of the first things that happens when we're walking around the safe zone in Fedra is we get attacked by fireflies. So they're definitely at odds with each other. Wanted poster. Hero. That's Marlene, isn't it? We saw this back in that same safe zone when we were with Tess. We actually saw this poster.
Speak of the devil.
She asks about you.
Really?
She says you remind her of your mom.
Well, she'd know more than me.
But it's very interesting that Riley got caught by the Fireflies, and now she's kind of like a double agent almost coming back. Well, not even a double agent because she's not even like they just. I'm guessing Fedra just assumed she was dead for as long as she's been out. But I mean, did she sneak back into the Ellie's room and avoid the guards? Very dangerous, I'd say. Hold on there.
Come on.
We don't really have anything to
We're
craft
making
at
good
all.
time.
I think this section is more just to go ahead with the story instead of actually like collecting things. Because there is
Who do you
no
hang out with these days?
guns or
I
anything.
don't know. No one really.
What about Tino and the rest of the guys? How are they doing?
Riley, those are your friends.
But you talk to them.
Yeah, I guess.
Very depressing houses. And the fact that they just use these as like kind of like
Have you found the light yet?
Oh, har har.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend your people. So what? You buy into this whole thing now?
All I know is that I'm not a soldier.
I mean, you're fighting for a cause no matter what. So you're kind of I mean, whatever you can tell yourself, I guess. Because the Fireflies are definitely, as we will find out, are not just this, they're not just a bunch of hippies putting flowers into the government's gun barrels. They're, they pack a punch themselves. I was gonna say, it's just depressing how houses like this are used as like kind of passageways to like uh evade higher authorities and stuff like that. It's very underground, I guess.
30 days, my ass. People are getting infected all the time. They just do a good job of hiding it.
You've run into more infected?
As part of my initiation, they actually made me kill this. Let's talk about something else.
All right.
I mean, I hope she didn't have to kill a human. If she killed anything, I hope it was like an infected person at least, or like a clicker. I don't know. That's terrible though. Look at that city skyline. I wonder if we're gonna have to avoid like a searchlight. I feel like that's usually the case whenever the video games go on rooftops at night, and we're trying to be evasive.
Shit, hide.
Man. Sorry. I'm a bit jumpy lately. Careful, it's wet.
Hey, so maybe I should join the Fireflies.
Ellie, that was the first thing I asked Marlene. She wants you safe at that stupid school. I'm not even supposed to come see you.
Why does she care?
She's worried I'll get you into trouble.
Whatever. I can get into trouble just fine on my own.
Oh, I know.
So Marlene is part of the Fireflies, but she took care of Ellie ever since she was like a baby, I think. Or a very young, at a very young age. So, does she, how does she kind of like keep in contact with Ellie? Or does Ellie just kind of have to like lay low and just know that Marlene is her ally, but like they will never see each other probably ever if they do? Maybe it's good training for Fireflies if they actually do the training in the military, and then they're kind of recruited. But I would imagine the military school kind of like teaches kids at a young
Hey,
age to kind of
remember the first time I brought you here?
What are we doing here, Riley?
about
I
loyalty and
have a
stuff.
surprise for you.
What? Is it a dinosaur?
Maybe.
I'll be your friend again if it's a dinosaur.
You'll just have to wait and see.
I love this though. I love how it's just two teenage girls just having kind of like a hangout. It's not about killing. It's cute. You know, it's bringing life into these characters. I think it's a very cool thing. Ooh, what's this?
You still saving up for that vacation?
Every penny. You?
Every penny.
Hey, what if we end up picking?
Hello, surfing in LA?
That's right. Surfing in LA. Come on, let's keep going.
Everyone is someone. Everyone is someone in LA. In LA. That's one of the songs that's in Tony Hawk's American Wasteland that I forgot. It's so upbeat and so like quirky, and it's so fun to skate to. I forgot that it's such a great soundtrack, that game. But that's like the first thing that came to mind just now. Panda Patrol. Is this supposed to be like Kung Fu Panda parody? We did see Panda Patrol in one as a poster in the main story too. This really is like a kind of like take it in, like explore it. Like it's not every day you're in a cool place like this. There's the Dawn of the Wolf. We've seen that. I feel like Dawn of the Wolf was meant to be, you know, a mirror to Joel and Ellie's relationship in a way.
You know, I got them back.
Our water guns? Bullshit. You telling me Corporal Dickhead gave them back to you?
Of course not. I had to sneak into his office. Riley, I had them in my hands.
But your ass got caught.
My ass got caught.
What'd he do to you?
Scrubbing duty for 2 weeks. Bathrooms.
Oh, Ellie. I keep telling you to give up on them. They're never coming back.
They will be mine again.
I just have a memory of having water guns while in the pool with friends, and everyone's just so cruel because like you would go underwater and your friend would just wait for you to come up before they like just blast you in your face with water, and you would do the same to them, and it was just like nobody could breathe, and you're in this pool. Like I don't know, childhood was the games kids come up with that kind of just completely confound everybody. Makes me chuckle. Fast focus camera. I wonder if there's any hints to like the sequel in Left Behind, because Left Behind I think was developed after the main game. I would assume.
I can't believe Winston's gone.
You heard?
Yeah. Do you know how it happened?
Winston?
I don't know.
Let's see what he left us.
Really?
Who, Winston? It's a Fedra tent.
What? Is this Winston? Man, guy used to be handsome.
Bingo. Want some?
Is that liquor or wine or something? You know what?
Nah, I'm good.
More for me.
Oh,
Cheers, Winston.
I didn't even choose. I think
Ooh.
That's strong. Come on.
oh, because I think if right away I said yes, it's like if you know you're gonna drink, you're gonna drink. So just say yes. Whereas I hesitated. I think as a kid, when you hesitate, you don't want to. You don't want to give into peer pressure. You don't want to, you just don't want to. And I think the game just basically kind of like relieved me of the choice. That was pretty cool. I'm kind of glad I didn't actually make that choice because I think that's a more interesting outcome. I wasn't gonna. At first, I was like, you know what? Let me be a kid a little bit more. I don't need to be drinking. I don't need. Like, I'm in no rush to grow up in this world. But then I was like, you know what? Let's have some fun because when are we ever gonna have fun like this ever again? And but then, by that time, it's like the game made this choice for me, and I'm kind of glad it did.
What happened to Princess?
I assumed after Winston died, they took her. Poor
Oh.
horse. She's probably out there terrified.
Man.
Ellie did say that she rode a horse before when we first come across a horse, or Callus. So that's kind of a cool little tie-in there. I remember when I was a kid, or when I was a teenager, before like I had a license to drive, going to the mall with friends, like being dropped off by your parents and just hanging at the mall was a very big thing to do. Now, obviously, I wouldn't like the people who are usually at the mall are like, you know, you wonder where they come from because it's like, it's like they live there and it's like there's people like older than me that like have been doing it like it's like why though, I don't know, it's weird. It's a weird strange world when you go to the mall. I try to avoid it in this day of ordering things on Amazon, but it was a fun little thing to check out the video store, uh, go to the food court, sometimes sit on a bench and just people watch and wonder what their lives are like. That was a funny thing to do. We would
Ellie, help me lift this.
we would make up stories for people who would walk by, like what's their life like when they go home, and it wasn't in a mean way. It was just like a funny way to kind of just like
Come on. We don't have a lot of time here.
apply story to or apply like a narrative to a stranger.
It always feels like we're gonna get crushed.
It's fine. I'll go first.
Ooh. Kids
You know
will
what?
kids will be kids.
How about we find another way?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Like, we don't know what the hell we're doing. We're just winging it, as far as I'm concerned. We have to, I feel like these orange, yeah, figured.
Hey, Riley. You know what? I'll get you up and over. See if you can unlock it from the inside.
Good call.
There's like a Halloween store?
Well, you see anything? Riley?
Hello?
You dick! That's 2 times today!
How the hell did we never find this place? Come on, I got the perfect mask for you.
Riley,
Perfect.
You could tell no one wanted to ransack the Halloween store because everyone's already scared out of their wits when there's zombies infected running around.
Check it out.
what is that, like a wolf man or something?
Put it on.
It's Dawn of the Wolf.
So stupid.
Yeah, badass. Now roar. Roar. Ellie, really? Fucking roar.
My roar meter.
There she is. Now let's see what else this place has.
I used to hate wearing Halloween
Man,
masks.
look at all this stuff.
Like the latex would always irritate me. Like I think I was a little allergic to it. I'm not sure, but I just always hated it too because it was always just like when you're with friends and you're trick or treating or hanging out on Halloween. Like I just want to keep the like I want to see people and I want to talk and I want to be So I always made an effort to choose to be things that
Ask Skillseer a question and shake for your fortune. Okay?
made an effort to choose things.
Are we gonna die today?
Outcome not so good.
Nothing. What a jip.
You gotta turn it over, genius.
Oh. Seems dreadfully unlikely. Ah, whew, what a relief. Am I ever gonna get to play a video game? Your chances are dismal. Fuck you, Skull.
Will... Huh. I was gonna ask you a question myself. Let me think of a question. Oh, by the way, there's a PS5 reveal event, because it was pushed because of what's happening with, what's going on in the country with, like, the civil unrest and, after George Floyd's death. But it was postponed to June 11th, the PS5 reveal. And they're supposed to go into games and supposedly maybe I don't know. I was just having a conversation with somebody that there might be like rumblings of like maybe the new Crash Bandicoot game that might be on PS5. So here's my question: at this event will they talk about Crash at all? I doubt it. I personally doubt it. But let's see what the Skull says.
Am I ever getting boobs or what? The spirits are quiet. Ugh, of course they are.
I guess that means no. Well, no for
Why
the Crash
drive
though.
a car again? I feel it in my bones. All right.
I want to keep doing this.
Are you a butt face? I am dead certain it is true. Well, that settles it then.
I wonder how many I can do of these.
Are we ever leaving this stupid quarantine zone? answer is in limbo. So there's a chance. Will we ever get our water guns back? The spirit nods yes. Ah, you hear that? Says we're getting our water guns back.
Let them go, Ellie. Let them go.
Will Riley ever stop sucking at poker?
I can hear you, you know.
I suck at poker.
Signs aren't clear. Up! There's still hope for you.
I'm better at blackjack.
Enough on that. You can have poker.
I'm better at blackjack, and I've never lost roulette. I don't know why, but I haven't. But I make an effort not to play too much. Anyway, I think we'll end it
See
here.
this.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Will Ellie ever be as funny as me?
Oh, please. I'm like 10 times funnier than you.
I got joke books in my backpack.
He said, not in this existence.
I doubt it
Hey,
said that. Let
wasn't me.
see that.
Skelliseer said it.
Well, Skeleseer can suck my dick.
Nice, Ellie.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Alright, I think we'll end it here. We'll continue on in the Halloween store next playthrough, or next stream. Till then, please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to Kev Plays, and I will catch you guys next time. Stay safe, be healthy, keep a clear head. See you guys. That dude is a badass. Alright, I'll see you guys later.